One of the all-time great soccer player nations is Brazil. In this South American nation, this beautiful game is celebrated nearly as a religion. Soccer is played at every corner in Brazil, including streets and alleys, and its players have long been renowned for their street smarts and flair. With so many excellent players on the Brazilian national team, they are considered one of the early favorites to win the 2022 FIFA World Cup. So who are the finest Brazilian soccer players in Europe currently? Stay tuned, as you might find your heartthrob soccer player on our list. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's intriguing episode, we'll walk you through a list of the top Brazilian soccer players in Europe in 2022. Keep watching to the very end, and don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay up to date, and subscribe to our channel. Without any further ado, let's begin. Brazilian athletes compete for clubs all around the world, with the finest of them making their living in Europe. Here are the top Brazilian players in the world right now, without further ado. Number 8. Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City. Manchester City receives a lot of acclaim for their dominance despite not having a true striker. That remark isn't very kind to Gabriel Jesus, so we're not completely sure we agree with it. The Brazilian striker may not seem like your usual Premier League forward, but he possesses many positive traits that should not be disregarded. Despite playing for a highly deep Manchester City team, the 24-year-old has managed to make a name for himself this year with his efforts. Jesus is a hard man to get off the field. His passing and mobility in the final third may be challenging for rivals to handle. Jesus can play down either wing and is a strong finisher as well. In 220 appearances across tournaments, he has an impressive record with the Citizens, tallying 88 goals and dishing out 43 assists. Number 7. Antony from AJAX. The Celico will have a wealth of elite offensive skills in the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Youngster Antony from AJAX is one of the most recent recruits to their collection of talented strikers. The 21-year-old advanced through the ranks of Sao Paulo FC, a Brazilian team. He made his senior team debut at the age of 18. Antony had a ton of potential but wasn't quite there yet, so AJAX made the decision to jump in and sign him. He was acquired by them for about $20 million. The finest environment for a naturally talented striker like Antony to thrive is at AJAX. He's a quick right winger with dribbling skills that are almost on par with some of the best attackers from the nation that we have recently seen. The young player has excellent technical ability, and his link-up play, passing, crossing, and finishing are all of a high caliber. He is now one of the world's most well-rounded young wingers as a result of this. In 22 appearances for the Dutch team this season in all competitions, Antony has 9 goals and 7 assists. Number 6. RAPHINHA from Leeds United. RAPHINHA is now regarded as one of the top wingers in the Premier League. The perception among English Premier League supporters is increasing that the Brazilian is unlikely to be with Leeds United for very long. He is a great talent at age 25. He possesses all the qualities one would expect from a top-notch Brazilian winger. RAPHINHA can challenge the goalie from everywhere in the final third with his quickness, direct, positive, and aggressive dribbling style. Additionally, he excels at dead balls and can be just as lethal from indirect free kicks as he can from direct ones. This season, RAPHINHA has been solely responsible for keeping Leeds United in multiple Premier League games. He has 8 goals and 2 assists in 20 appearances for Leeds United this season in all competitions. At the FIFA World Cup in 2022, Tite will have a difficult time making selections because of RAPHINHA and Antony together. Number 5. NEYMAR Jr. from Paris Saint-Germain. By his high standards, NEYMAR Jr. has had a lackluster season thus far. Due to an ankle injury, the 30-year-old's missed almost 3 months of activity, but his performance since making a comeback has not been very promising. Since his comeback from the injury hiatus, NEYMAR has continued to create magical moments, but they have happened much too infrequently for PSG's satisfaction. This season, the Brazilian winger has had trouble maintaining high performance levels for the whole 90 minutes. But as we all know, class is permanent while the form is transient. NEYMAR will be remembered as one of the best offensive players of his generation. He will also serve as the Celico's captain in the FIFA World Cup in 2022, and tight will depend on his intrepid forward to fuel his team's offensive play. Neymar has tallied 5 goals and 5 assists in 20 games for PSG this season across all competitions. Number 4. Thiago Silva from Chelsea. Fans and experts expressed concern regarding the acquisition of Thiago Silva after he signed with Chelsea as a free agent in the summer of 2020. After all, he was just a few months away from turning 36, and maintaining his fitness in a competition as physically demanding as the Premier League looked like an impossible feat. The Brazilian international has excelled for Chelsea in defense, though. Silva was a key component of Chelsea's Champions League victory the previous year. He's a fierce defender who enjoys making tackles and is excellent in aerial duels. Silva, the middle player in Chelsea's 3-man defense, keeps doing an excellent job. He's still going strong at the age of 37 and has been essential to Chelsea's continued possession of the league's second-best defensive record. So far, only 19 goals have been allowed by the Blues in the Premier League thus far. The league's top team, Manchester City, has 1 fewer than that. Number 3. FABINHO from Liverpool. One of the top defensive midfielders in Europe is FABINHO. He possesses every characteristic we've come to associate with the finest midfield destroyers in the game. The very clever Brazilian international player's primary responsibility is to break up games and help his side initiate attacking transitions. FABINHO is a master at recovering from tackles. He is a tall midfielder who is strong in aerial duels, standing at 188 centimeters. He also has excellent game-reading skills and contributes to Liverpool's strategy by coming up with several vital interceptions. FABINHO can also score some really scorching long-range goals if and when the situation calls for it. The 28-year-old has 6 goals and 1 assist in 33 games in all competitions so far this season. Number 2. CASEMIRO from Real Madrid. There are plenty of high-caliber defensive midfielders in Brazil, but CASEMIRO of Real Madrid has been the best over the past 10 years. CASEMIRO, one of the best midfield destroyers of the 21st century, created the foundation for Toni Kroos and Luka Modric to perform their magic. The 30-year-old has excelled for Real Madrid this season and is great at making tackles, recovering fumbles, and intercepting passes. Every time he steps onto the field, he works hard, and Real Madrid benefits from his perseverance and keen sense of the game. CASEMIRO is a soccer player who is bright and has some muscle as well. CASEMIRO is the type of raucous defensive midfielder that every coach lusts over, yet he may be a little too aggressive at times. Last but not least, number 1, VINICIUS Jr. from Real Madrid. VINICIUS Jr. has always had the appearance of having a ton of promise. But this season, more than any other, makes it clearer than ever. The Real Madrid winger has been outstanding for his team on the left side of the field and is now beginning to live up to his early potential. VINICIUS Jr. has the samba flair that Brazilian attackers have grown to be known for. Nearly every time the winger obtains the ball, defenders are left chasing shadows and grasping at grass tufts. This season, VINICIUS Jr. has had a lot of strong performances in pivotal games. After Karim Benzema, he has perhaps been Real Madrid's most crucial player this year. VINICIUS has made 38 appearances for Los Blancos in all competitions so far this season, totaling 17 goals and 14 assists. That concludes the day's episode. Who is your favorite player amongst them? Or is your favorite not one listed in the video? In both cases, let us know and tell us why you like him. To see more fantastic episodes like this one, hit like on the episode and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.